If I had to restart my fragrance collection, I would start out with Assad Bourbon. I know maybe a little bit early with this fragrance because it just came out recently, but for me, I've been loving it. What it's cloning is what I believe it to be the most wanted parfum, which would have costed $135, but this would cost you $50. I would need a fragrance that would help me stand out from the typical aromas, and this would be it. This could either be worn casually or where I would wear it, the jazz club, a club, or the bar. For an affordable price, I get to smell like some expensive, luxurious liquor for the night. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it can last me through the whole night. Why would I not have this in my collection? When the winter comes by, I'm gonna want to smell cozy and warm. Come on, man, I'm gonna need Lattafa's Kamra. The scent is spicy, a little fruity, and has some sweet vanilla to it. It's a clone of Angel Share, and it gives you the same quality as the OG for a price of $27. At first, when this scent was becoming popular through TikTok commissions, I was like, yeah, it probably sucks. Cause you know, I assumed that they were advertising a bad product for someone young. This fragrance is a staple when talking about clones. You are required to have this. Speaking of staples, I'm gonna need Athens 9 PM for surely. Unless you've been living in 1991 before the smartphone was made, you gotta know how great this is. I'm about to make a bold claim, but I feel like the entirety of the fragrance community can agree with me when I say that this is better than the OG. The scent has what JPG has note-wise, but the difference is they smoothened out that vanilla by using flowers, which made the scent more smooth and intriguing. Not only do you get the better fragrance, but you also get a fragrance that lasts long and projects well for $27. On top of that, this fragrance can literally be worn anywhere and any time for any occasion. Honestly, my collection started to look a little tough, I can't lie. Now I know this next one is probably not a staple to a lot of people, but for me, the projection on it is so intense, it needs to be in my collection, bruh. I'm talking about Hawass for him. It's a clone of Invictus EDT, the first of its fragrance line. You get the same exact scent as Invictus for an affordable cost of $25. By the way, Invictus EDT came out in 2013 and still can run you up about $122. Ain't that a little bit crazy? I know it's a great scent, but damn, bruh, that's kind of expensive for a 12-year-old fragrance. Like I said earlier though, the projection on this is intense and loud. Everybody around you is going to be smelling this on you, and I guarantee it. Honestly, with how much this projects, you might have people turn around, come talk to you about your fragrance, and you tell them nothing about it, bro, because we gatekeep around here. This fragrance is fruity, fresh, clean, and vibrant. With my experience with this, the only downside to it is that it doesn't last long. It lasts 2 to 4 hours, but for that time, I'm letting you know people are going to smell you. This really is just an overall great fragrance if you want to smell masculine and fresh, but not try and smell too serious. You get me? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I gotta stop talking about that fragrance. I think I talked about it for 3 videos now. Now, you know how with Hawass for him, it's fresh and masculine, but not so serious? If you're trying to come off as a masculine, serious man, you need to wear Mont Blanc's Legend Blue. It don't play. I would need a very clean, fresh, manly scent, especially if I'm trying to come off professional or business-like, and this is what I'm running to first. I can see this being worn if you're going to a business meeting or if you're having an interview trying to give off a good first impression. Aside from business, you can wear this casually, but just know you're going to be seen as a cleanly, masculine man. In retrospect, I did wear this to an interview once. I was applying to Canes back then, and in all honesty, this gave me like a confidence boost. I didn't get hired, obviously, but I think it's because the hiring manager was intimidated by my scent. Next fragrance coming up is one that I've been repping for a minute now. I've literally said it's my favorite for like a year. Come on, man, I'm bringing it back. Prada Black EDT. What makes Prada Black stand out to me is that it's a masculine scent, but not like your average manly aroma. I could rock with Legend Blue, you know what I mean? But there's other men out there that smell fresh and manly, but with this, it's gonna separate me from them for surely. Like, the scent is musky, ambery, woody, and a little bit powdery. When I think of a masculine, serious man, I think about Legend Blue, but with this, it's cut from a different cloth. It's different. This is an old but gold scent. Ever since I've smelled this, I've never had a bad thought about it. I found this next one while I was at the mall, and I don't really hear people talk about it too much, so I consider it a sleeper. It's Prada De Marley Sedley. It's definitely long lasting. It could last you throughout the whole day. I sprayed this on my clothes at night, and the next morning it still smelled like it. The best way I could describe this aroma to y'all is think of ginger ale, but at like peak quality. That's what this is. That's also why I love this fragrance, is because it's a different type of fresh scent that is bound to make you stand out from the crowd. Like with this, bro, you're gonna have people flying at you like cartoon characters when they smell something good. Not only is the scent good, but the projection, broski, you gotta try it. My only complaint is that this is expensive, costing around $270, but bro, it would have to be in my collection, no doubt. I'm telling you, bro, Prada rarely misses when it comes to their fragrances. Like, another fragrance I need for them is Prada Sport EDT, bro. Like, they just don't stop. My thing is with fresh fragrances, I feel like there's a lot out there that can smell the same, but for me, I want my collection to be filled up with unique ones. This is another fragrance that I've been repping for a minute now, I think a year, but what makes it so great to me is that you get the best of both the gourmand and fresh world. I haven't just just been rocking with Prada Sport for its scent, bro. It is so smooth. I would argue this fragrance in terms of quality is on par with a lot of niche fragrances. And it's $125. I'm really getting a bang for my buck. Bring that home in my collection, bro. This next one is a newer fragrance, so I know it has some time to marinate and maybe become bad, but it reminds me of Prada Sport. That fragrance is Invictus Parfum. Unlike Prada Sport, this isn't vibrant. It's dark, chocolatey, and still has that freshness to it. I'm gonna keep it a bean wheezy. When this first came out, I wasn't really rocking with it at first, but then after giving it some time, it grew on me, and this is one of the fresh fragrances that are different. The projection on this is crazy, but if I remember correctly, the longevity was okay. I know what you're thinking, oh, it's a newer fragrance, so it's gotta cost way more. Actually, not quite. Despite it coming out in 2024, it's still on the cheaper side of fragrances, costing you around $145. Not only with this scent will you feel confident, people are bound to be intrigued by this, because what did I say earlier? It's different. When you're talking about scents that are required to be in your collection, dog, 1 Million EDT gotta be there. For one, I know that this is an old fragrance, but broski, you can't tell me that this was bad. I would have picked up the OG, but no lie, you're not gonna like what I'm about to say. 1 Million Lucky is more wearable than the original and smells better, to be honest. There are a lot of 1 Million fragrances out there, but the thing about them is that they have specific scents that you have to be in the mood to wear. While with this, I feel like I could wear it whenever and wherever I go. Not only is it reliable and has a great nutty sweet aroma, but it'll also last me the whole day, bro. Sign me up, son. Again, another newer fragrance, but one that has got to be in my collection, bro. JPG's Le Parfum. I wouldn't want any of the older JPGs because I said it once and I'll say it again. They're too common. Like, I bet your grandfather know about JPG. But personally, what makes me love a scent is their ability to give me a vibe. With this, I feel tropical, almost like I'm back on Siesta Key Beach before it got polluted and had flesh-eating bacteria in the water. I feel like a fragrance like Le Parfum has too simple of notes for me, which made it less interesting. While with this, it has more intriguing notes. Although the best time I could see you wearing this fragrance is in the summer, I think you could wear it anywhere during that time. Time to get to my favorite section, bro, the gourmand scents. I need the fragrance I love since a jit. Montel's Chocolate Greedy. I've been wearing Chocolate Greedy since freaking middle school, bro. If I'm keeping it a bean wheezy, I've probably ran through 75% of this bottle. This is another one of them fragrances girls would ask me what am I wearing and I ain't tell them shit, cause what do me you do? We gatekeep. I've tried other Montel fragrances, but nothing hits like this do. I've even tried that gourmand aromas, it just don't compare. I mean, it's sweet, chocolatey, powdery, and reminds me of Swiss's cocoa powder. Can't lie to you, broski, back in the day, this was my go-to gourmand fragrance. I can't lie to you, bro, I feel old as hell saying back in the day. What the hell? Am I old, bro? I mean, I'm only 19. Why did I say back in my day? Don't even question the longevity and projection on this. It would last me throughout a whole 90-degree hot Florida day. Speaking of fragrances I wore in middle school, I wore this one all the way to high school. I have for you Shaen Blues Salt and Caramel. I'm gonna be real, sweet and savory has been an amazing combination for generations. But whoever thought about it being a scent, you're a genius. What makes this better than most gourmand fragrances is that it's not vanilla or chocolatey, it's a combination that everybody loves. Back when I wore it, the projection was intense and the longevity was great. Also, I forgot to say that this is a great niche fragrance. I know you're thinking, oh, it's $300 or $500. Nah, son, $90. I'm gonna need this in my collection immediately. I've gotta say, man, in my collection, I would need Byron Parfum's Mula Moola, bro. It's another caramel scent, but what separates this from the other is that it has fruits in it. This is one of them ones where the quality alone will separate you from others. When I smelled this fragrance back then, it set the bar so high for me for gourmand fragrances, it almost made me not like any of them. Because with this, it's the cream of the crop in terms of projection, quality, and overall gourmand fragrances. I know what I said about vanilla fragrances, but this one smells luxurious. I've talked about it before, I have Commodities Milk Plus. I've been rocking with Commodities Milk since high school, and back then, and even to this day, it still hits crazy. The vibe I get from this is when you're camping under the stars and you really get the whiff of your roasted marshmallows. Throughout my fragrance journey, I've smelled some very cheap smelling vanilla fragrances. I won't name names, but this is far from that. It's smooth and smells delectable. I used to wear this when I knew a bunch of girls were gonna be where I was going, because you know, gals like their sweet aromas, but I could definitely see myself wearing this fragrance later in the year when it's colder. Would this be a MarcoFragrances video without talking about replicas by the Campfire? The thing about this scent is that I can really imagine a place where a campfire smells like this. This was my winter fragrance for like 5 years, bro, and to this day I still rock with it. I've kind of liked the smell of wood burning because it kind of has like this sweet undertone to it, which this fragrance enhances that undertone. The combination of spicy, vanilla sweet, warm notes make for what I consider an iconic fragrance. Keep in mind, bro, this cost $165. If I'm keeping it real, I think everyone should deserve a chance to smell like this. It's one of those fragrances I consider flawless and one of a kind. You want affordable fragrances women finna go crazy for? Go watch my top 10 panty dropper clone fragrances video.